Good afternoon, everybody. We're heading to the field. Dad's down there combining already. Phil's unloading the truck. Things are rolling. I just got back from church. Had a council meeting after church, so a little late start today. That's okay. It's a beautiful day. The wheat's drying. We're going to get a lot done. We won't quite finish today, but we'll get darn close. So it's good. Dad's been out here for a little while, combining behind the building site here and in front of the woods where we got a little bit shorter rows. Looks like he can probably make rounds, so just been dumping it into the cart. We've got some long rows over there yet that he can't make rounds in, so we'll have to run the cart and dump on the go. That's the plan anyway. Well, if he's making rounds, it ain't by much. Those windows in the corner of the grain tank are half covered already. He's got to get to the end. I guess he is going to make it. Just barely, but he made it. Now, is he going to unload on the end here or turn around and unload on the go? I don't know. Looks like we're going. Got our machine sink working, so we'll get up here close. My lines may be way off. Let's see how this works. Yeah. Hold on. Got it. So what I have figured out is the controlled traffic option on this machine sink deal. It helps, it works because it keeps my auto steer lines in place. So like when I'm going back to the truck in this case, after we're full and we turn around, I can stay in the same path using the auto steer instead of freehand driving it. But if my line's not in the right spot, it doesn't quite take me to the home point either. So we've got to get everything shifted and adjusted just right. So once you get it set up, you're good. It's there, which we have. So now we can just watch this screen. Forgot to bring stuff to wash my window. There's stuff in the combine though, so if I get a chance I'll grab it and get this dirt stain off of my window. We don't like dumping going away from the road or from the trucks. Trucks are up there by that tree in the corner over there. We usually try and make it so we're always dumping going back towards the road, but this is just getting started here because he was unloading at the end down there and full, and we don't have a path because if he was going up towards the road, I would have to drive through standing wheat, and well, we can't do that. So we'll see if he digs a hole here or how we handle this side of the field. The rows kind of narrowed down to a point here pretty quickly. We're on this side and down into this point. We've got some of these long rows over here to do yet, though. All right, time to go again here. I figured out how to get his coverage map to show up, so that's cool. And I can see how many acres we've got done and that kind of stuff. He had a little sliver there, but out to the edge. So now I'm in the home point. I should be able to just push this button and the tractor takes over, or the combine takes over. So they got a question on this or something about if I stop with the tractor, will the combine stop? No. The combine is the leader, the tractor is the follower, and so the tractor does what the combine says. The combine does not do what the tractor says. And so if I stop, he will keep going, and I can't do anything there. But if he stops, then I will stop, and it will make sure that that auger stays over our grain cart, which is cool. So now he's empty, so when he shuts his unloading auger off, I will show you how it does not stop the combine. So now he's done, so we are just going to stop, let the combine go past. He keeps going. Watch the awesome machine work. And then we're going to head back to the front of the field and get ready to go again. So the machine sink is one step away from autonomy, right? So it allows the tractor to control itself, or it allows the combine to control the tractor in order to keep it in the right position to unload on the go. There's no real reason for me to be sitting here when we're doing that. Now that lining up and dumping into the trucks gets a fair bit more complicated. Why does it do that? All right, see if anybody else knows. So every time that I get far enough away from the combine that I lose the signal from it, my GPS cuts out. It goes to a WASP signal, and I lose my RTK until the tractor RTK picks it back up. It's like we're sharing RTK signals, and I need to figure out how to make that stop, because I have my own. I don't need to share it from the combine. Anybody knows, let me know. I'll figure it out, though. But anyway, I don't know at this point if any manufacturers are actually selling a system that will do that autonomously. I know 3 or 4 years ago, at least, Kinsey, of all manufacturers, had a system that would do that, autonomously run a grain cart through the field next to the combine to unload on the go, and then it would drive it to the front of the field where your trucks are and just park it. And you would have to, whoever your truck drivers are, would get out and unload the grain cart, fill up their trucks, and park it back and tell it to go, and then it would go and catch the combine and unload and stuff without a driver in it. Really cool. That's where all this stuff is headed. It's just a matter of time. It's kind of a one step at a time type of thing for all these manufacturers, but especially for Deere. They do have fully autonomous tractors that supposedly are for sale and will be available this fall, but nothing's available, so I don't know how they're pulling that off. But we'll see. So it's really, really cool technology, and there are tremendous benefits to it, not only for the labor shortage and finding people to drive stuff, but to make the job easier for everybody that's involved as it is. So we're going to try that setting. I'm in the guidance page, receiver shared signal setting. It was on. I turned it off. We'll see if that fixes things. There's a lot of settings in there that, man, there's just a lot of stuff you can tweak. Yep. So I'm not sure what this field's yielding now. How far we're into it here. But like this is really good wheat. I'm sure that is 90 plus, maybe 100 plus bushel wheat. The problem is that, and there's so many spots like that from how wet we were last fall that it's just killing our average. And yeah, it's frustrating, but that's the weather hand that we were dealt last year, and there's nothing we can do about it. We've got some point rows here, small triangle. There's not a lot of acres here. They're short rows, so it's not worth unloading on the go. So I parked the grain cart. Dang, look at that. Sweet. We're gonna go walk out here and jump in with Dad in a minute. He's got ends along the ditch to do there. Crick, that one's a crick. Laird Crick. You guys tell me all the time how our river looks like a crick or a ditch. Well, I'm sorry, it's called a river. This one's called the crick, so it's a crick. Pretty dang cool. It's fun to watch. So the wheat's fairly good looking in here. It's a little bit thin, but one thing I wanted you to notice, look at the green down there. That's the clover that we frost seeded. This was another field that we did that. Really good clover catch. If we can catch some rain, you guys can't see it that well. If we can catch some rain over the rest of the summer here, that's gonna be a really, really nice cover crop for us. So Dad does want to do some dirt work out here. He wants to pull some dirt off of the ditch bank, fill in some of those low holes where we had that drowned out spot back over there. There's some up there along the road where stuff didn't grow this year. We're gonna try and do some surface drainage work and fix that. I did pull some kernels out. They're much drier. Quite crunchy. I'm sure this wheat's close to 13% or it's drier, so that's good. Means we don't have to dry it. Just put it right in the bin. Yeah, I can grab my GoPros while I'm in there. See if I can film this while I jump up the ladder. How we doing?
Good.
We are back over into the long rows. Not a lot left. What do we got? 3 passes over there and 3 passes over here. So 2.5 more rounds. So I just had Phil ride with me around so I could teach him the machine sync side of stuff a little bit and show him how that works in case he's ever in this, that he can figure it out. And we're gonna get this finished up. I'm gonna throw the drone up. I brought it again today. I know I did that yesterday and had some drone footage, and I got a lot of compliments so far in the comments that it was really good. But to be honest, when I was editing the video last time, I'm like, man, this drone footage is awful. I did a crappy job. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do a better job today. And you guys tell me what you think, but we'll get her set up here hopefully. If I don't wreck it, that makes a pretty good launch pad. There you go. Ooh, I almost hit the mirror, but we're off. was better, I think. I'm also currently going through the YouTube audio library trying to find better music, because apparently my music is no good, but I'm pretty handcuffed there as to what I can do, so sorry. In that last clip there, I was flying and we were looking at the field across the ditch from the field that we're in now, where we're going next. And there was a dark strip. Did you guys see that dark strip? I'll show it to you when we're over there again. That's where we didn't put fungicide. It was just kind of the last little bit that wasn't worth the sprayer trip to go and get it. And clearly made a huge difference. So pretty interesting for that to show up like that. While we're on that topic, somebody has asked me a couple of times now about our wheat program and kind of what we do, how, why, when. So Cliff Notes, real quick version of it here. We grow soft red winter wheat here. We plant it in the fall, ideally the end of September, the first week of October. And we put some starter fertilizer on in the fall, dry broadcast fertilizer on then. It's got some nitrogen and some potash and a little bit of phosphorus in it, some MAP. And then it grows a little bit in the fall, goes dormant throughout the winter, starts greening up in the spring. We like to do a split shot of nitrogen, so we'll use 28% liquid nitrogen. Dad will put 3/4 of it on towards the end of March, first week of April. We spray, depending on several different factors, but we usually put some sort of a herbicide down about the same time, before or right as it's jointing, early April. And then we put a second shot of nitrogen on right before the flag leaf, sometime in early May. We usually almost always spray a head scab fungicide, which is the one that showed up over there, as it's heading or as it's flowering even. That's usually late May. Occasionally we'll use a leaf disease fungicide or a fungicide to prevent leaf diseases at flag leaf earlier. Just depends. This year we did not, because, well, we thought our wheat was going to be crappy anyway and we were trying to save some money. So right or wrong, I don't know. I think that's why our combine's turning black, because of all the disease that's in it. Dad seems to think it came in late and didn't really affect our yields. Maybe not. But anyway, that's our wheat program for the most part. We harvest here first week of July, usually first or second week of July. And that's what we do. We picked up a couple of riders temporarily, because they don't want to ride with me, do you?
No.
What do we want to ride with?
Grandpa.
Yeah. So we're going to take turns. One of them's going to get out right now. They both want to go, but it'll be all right. They're going to hang out the rest of the day, I think. Kid had to get out and pee. He didn't want me to see, so he decided to stand right in front of the tractor. You good?
There's carpet under there.
There is carpet under there, you're right.
Are you going to take this on when it gets a little bit?
Yeah, we'll take it off probably this winter. Hopefully we'll make it through the fall with the plastic on. Okay, we got this field done. We're going to drop the head. We've just got to jump across the bridge, across the creek. But this is a fairly busy road, and it's a Sunday afternoon in the summer. There's a lot of lake traffic and stuff, so it's busy, and we're going to drop the head. I would probably try and drive it. Dad said drop the head.
Get up the field.
Well, we could have made it. We switched riders. There was no traffic when we moved the combine, but we dropped the head and we're doing it anyway. This road has significantly less traffic, so we've got her hooked up. Dad's just getting ready to dive into the field. Trying not
diving?
Try not to hit his truck.
What's diving?
Dive in. Start. Get started. Turn the combine on. Open it up.
It's not diving.
Alright, we are getting the ends opened up on this field. I'm in that spot where you can see that strip of dark wheat that I was showing you with the drone. Thought I would point that out again. It is right there. See that narrow strip there? It was just too narrow to worry about going back with the sprayer to get it, but you can see there's a full sprayer pass along the outside, and then that strip, and that is where we did not spray fungicide for head scab. And I looked it up. It was Miravis Ace is what we used in this field. This is the only field we used that on. So this stuff works. Pretty impressive. Unfortunately, it's too small of a strip to really get a yield check on that, so I don't know how much difference there'll be yield-wise, but it visually made a big difference. We'll be curious to see if the combine stays a little cleaner. Of course, it's already dirty, but maybe it won't get so black in this field. A lot of activity in that cab. You can't see it very good, but yeah, 2 kids. Have fun, Grandpa. Getting to the point in the day where the dirty windows are going to come back to bite me from getting any good camera shots. Oh well. Sorry about your luck, guys. I'll clean them for being harvest. Promise. Anyway, we're finally getting this field opened up. We're kind of splitting it right here in the middle. We're going to go that way and then come back and finish over here. That's the good stuff over there. It is a grain cart operator's duty and responsibility to run over any skips that may or may not happen and prevent them from being seen. So I got this one for you, Dad. It's not gonna get harvested, so we might as well run it over. So we're combining over on this side of the field now. This side, the other side of the field, strip in the middle. Dad's working right there. I've pulled up the remote display access on my phone. I'm sure that doesn't work the best, me recording my phone with a GoPro, but I think you see that number right there in the middle of the screen? Right there. That one. That's the yield number. Too blurry. 119, 106, 107. 105, like that number has been 116, 121, 117. That's real good wheat. Real good wheat. Like this round, since the last time we unloaded, averaging almost 115. Impressive. He is working in the best spots of one of our best fields though, so you expect to see some pretty darn good numbers right in there. Oh man, dirty. We're getting close to being done here. Just another round or two, and we'll have this field wrapped up. This is really good wheat in here.
They waited for the price to come down.
Yeah, we were just talking. There's an anhydrous tank just went down the road. Well, that might have worked. I don't know. I said it's awfully late to have anhydrous tanks going down the road, but yeah. He said maybe they're waiting for the price to go down. Anyway, good wheat. We're about done here. This is not the last of it. We'll be able to finish up tomorrow. We've got, what, I don't know, 20, 30 acres in the one field that we've already been in to finish up. So, just about done. So I just jumped in with the combine with Dad for a second because we got our header cart and truck parked down here. I wanted to get it, so I left the grain cart on the other end of the field. You know, every time I've been climbing in and out of the combine, my hands get really filthy dirty from the dirt and dust on the handrails. They didn't do it this time. We used a different fungicide on this field, and the combine's not getting dirty and black. That's pretty telling. That is, yeah. We probably need to switch fungicides and use a lot more of that one and a lot less of the other one, or none of it. Because that, I bet, made a huge difference. Not to mention this is our best wheat. It's the best field. It should be our best wheat, but he's broke 100 bushel average, so yeah. So we're done taking the trucks home. Look at them. Look at how pretty they are. Look. Phil's filling the wet bin. My lights are working. See that green light there? Cool. So Phil pretty much handles the grain handling side of this operation. We've been using this bin here. This is our GSI top dry. So there's a big old burner that's sitting on the ground over there with a duct that pumps it up, and then there's a floor in the top of that bin that can hold 1,500 bushels of grain. And It blows hot air up through it. That's how we dry it. We do not use the big grain handler dryer for wheat because, one, the volume is so much less than corn, and that system works really well. Plus, we can segregate it. So there's a fair bit of wheat in that bin from stuff that we've been drying. And then we use our wet bin, not as a wet bin, but as a storage bin until we start hauling stuff out, because we don't actually store wheat in any of these bins that are close enough to hit with the leg. He's also got some up there in the overhead, it looks like. We do have 3 bins back there, that one, and then there's 2 smaller ones back behind it that we use for storing wheat, but we have to fill those with an auger. We sometimes do it during harvest if the wheat is good and dry and we have stuff set up and can go and do it. We're not quite set up for it right now. Some of the wheat was wet, so we had to run it through the dryer. And so after we get done with harvest here, I'm sure Phil will spend a day or two transferring wheat out of these 2 bins into those back there, and then we'll have this system ready for fall. In addition to filling those bins, we do have a fair bit of contracts that have to be hauled in July and August. So we've got to fill all those, and a lot of it will get hauled straight out and never see one of those other bins. So just take a look at the spreadsheet here. Looks like the last stuff got down to 13.5. There was a 14.4. That's good. If it's under 15, I would put it straight in a bin and just use the aeration fans, but some of it's been wetter than that. Not recently, but some of it was. Well, that was a pretty good day and a fun day. It's, what do we got? 9:15 now, so I'm going home. Maybe catch the boys before they go to bed. But we did over 100 acres today of really good wheat. That first field that we finished up, that we started yesterday, the combine said it averaged 91, 92, something like that. But the cart scales actually had more weight on it than what the combine said. So the combine was a little low. So that's really good. I didn't match the cart to the combine on this last field, but the combine said 101. So we broke 100 bushel wheat on that field. That's phenomenal. That's really, really good. And we're happy with it. So we're down to maybe 25, 30 acres is all to finish up tomorrow. So we'll knock that out, and then wheat harvest 22 will be wrapped up. That's the nice thing when you don't have quite so many acres, is it goes fast, good or bad. And wheat yields being good really, really helps. So that's where we're at with things. So have a great night, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. And be sure and check back tomorrow for the last wheat harvest 22 video. Then what are we going to do? I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's always something to do.